Welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I'm Ruth Aguilera. Let's begin by telling you that Nigeria has taken delivery of 4,080,000 doses of Moderna COVID-19 vaccine from the United States government as part of efforts to curb the third wave of COVID-19 intensity. Executive Director, National Primary Health Care Development Agency, Dr. Faisal Shuab, while receiving the vaccines at the National Strategic Cold Store, Abuja, assures its prompt distribution to the top national levels after getting NAFDAC certification. Let's get the details now from Olusheye Adiagbo.
Updates from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control (NSCDC) indicate a surge in the nation's COVID-19 cases. The latest of its variants, the Delta variant, is of more concern as it is said to be more dangerous. The arrival of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine is considered a boost for the national response, and medical officer World Health Organization testifies to its efficiency in offering protection against COVID-19.
Nigeria has a good monitoring system of AEFI, so the vaccine is highly effective, so more over 94%. So the advice would be to continue to get vaccinated.
Executive Director, National Primary Health Care Development Agency, Dr. Faisal Shuaib, who speaks on those eligible to take the Moderna vaccine, says NAFDAC is already taking random samples with results expected within 48 hours before distributions.
Once NAFDAC says we are good to go, we've already laid out a very comprehensive logistic deployment plan, working with COVID to make sure that these vaccines get to the subnational level as soon as possible. This is particularly important because we're already experiencing a third wave. For those who have taken the first dose of AstraZeneca, we're expecting within the next week or so additional consignment of AstraZeneca vaccines that we will give as second doses.
Dr. Faisal Shuaib also explains that 60 units of ultra-cold chain equipment have already been procured by the federal government, and each state of the federation, including the FCT, has received one to aid proper storage of the vaccines. More doses of COVID-19 vaccines, combination of the Oxford AstraZeneca as well as Johnson & Johnson, are also expected in Nigeria before the end of the year. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
All right, let's also update you on the COVID-19 number in Nigeria, as the Nigeria Center for Disease Control says figures of the confirmed cases in the country is now 174,315, with 165,005 discharged and 2,149 deaths on record. Now, new cases recorded as at Sunday, 1st August, is 407 in some states, with details indicating Lagos 160, Akwa Ibom 75, Ondo 51, Abia 33, Oyo 29, Kaduna 18, Katsina 7, Gombe and Ogun 6 each, Ekiti 5, Delta and FCT 4 each, Ebonyi 3, Edo 2, Niger 2, and Bayelsa and Nasarawa 1 each. No fresh cases have been reported from Kano, Osun, Plateau, Rivers and Sokoto states. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors have again embarked on another industrial action following what they called non-compliance with the agreements between the body and the federal government. Serafina Okon Umekwe monitors the situation in the FCT. Now reports.
State General Hospital, full medical services were rendered to patients. This man by name Yusuf said he got to the hospital at about 6 o'clock in the morning, but doctors on call could not attend to him as a result of lack of bed space. As at 11:46 a.m., when they finally got a space, he was told that his grandson had passed on. The story was different, however, at the National Hospital, as collector services were being rendered to patients at the GOPD ward, while some were asked to return a month after as a result of the strike.
I brought him for abdominal scan. We were here since around 6 a.m. but we were told that the doctors were on strike, that we should wait. Maybe they might decide to do the scan for him, but we keep waiting and waiting. Up till now, they've not called off the strike.
Came as early as 6 o'clock. So because they refer me to do chest X-ray. So when I came here, they said the doctors is on strike. So that before that, if you came early, they will attend to either 1 to 20 or 1 to 24. So now I came. So then I said that I have to go and come back. They now booked me 8 September.
Chairman of the Resident Doctors National Hospital Chapter, Akanimo Ebong, says after more than 113 days of agreement entered with the federal government, no tangible result has yielded as allowances are still not paid across board.
The strike is an indefinite and total strike. We don't like strikes, as I always say. But we have to go on this strike. We have some demands. We hope that the strike doesn't last and the government to quickly agree to these demands. We hope to negotiate and then come to the end of this impasse as quickly as possible.
Right here at the National Hospital, Abuja, we have been inside and we've seen that there are skeletal services ongoing. Though some departments, but some are actually not even rendering services at all. Now, having spoken also to the president of resident doctors of this hospital, he says they have series of agreements they entered into with the federal government. Until date, their demands have not been met. One of it is registration with the IPPIS, so to prevent shortfalls in their salaries. But up till date, unfortunately, those registrations have not taken effect. Serafina Okon-Umekwe, NTA.
Thank you, Serafina, for that update. As the world seeks to increase the level of awareness and reduce the prevalence rate of hepatitis, Cross River State is joining the fight by taking the message to rural communities on prevention, screening and treatment. Paul Abel reports that the 2021 Hepatitis Week was flagged off at Akangba, local government area in the state.
Research shows that someone dies of hepatitis every 30 seconds, and Nigeria has 16.2 million people infected with hepatitis B, 1.2 million people with the C strain, while Cross River State has a prevalent rate of 8.8% and 1.1% for the two major deadly strains. And yet, most of these people are unaware of their status. Hence, the need for government and others to use this 10th official World Hepatitis celebration to sensitize the people, screen them, provide vaccine, and support the treatment of persons infected with the virus.
We are worried about hepatitis B, we're worried about hepatitis C. They're very virulent. They can lead to the hepatitis disease and, of course, liver cirrhosis, other liver issues, and finally cancer and maybe death. We don't want people to get to that point. We don't want people to die from hepatitis. And that's what we're saying. Hepatitis can't wait. Our people can't wait to be tested. We can't wait to get people vaccinated. We can't wait for this message to get to the grassroots. We can't wait to ensure that every mother is screened before she gives birth to her baby, and every single baby has an opportunity to get the hepatitis vaccine.
It's an opportunity for us to, drum into the ears of Cross Riverians that you can actually prevent hepatitis. Hepatitis is killing people even more than COVID-19. It's killing people even more than HIV, and there seems to be some form of neglect.
The government will support them with the vaccine and ensure that they are free from the virus.
Also taking the vaccine is very, very important, and I believe that through this thing we are taking, it will keep us alive.
Over 1,000 persons were given free testing and vaccination at the ceremony. In Akangba local government area of Cross River State, Paul Abel, NTA News.
All right, let's cross over to Lagos now to join Kende. She's going to bring us the next set of reports. Kende.
Very much, Ruth. Restoring peace and tranquility in troubled areas of the country has remained a priority to the Nigerian Army. This was evident at this year's exercise Livewire organized by the Nigerian Army College of Logistics. The exercise aimed at equipping participants with requisite logistics to enhance their confidence and competence is also targeted at reinvigorating and empowering the mid-level officers. Lynn Lineker reports.
Over time, the Nigerian Army has been engaged in various theatres of war, be it astrometric or otherwise.
A special idea. 8-4.
Military operations depend largely on combat readiness, which include equipping officers with modern trends and strategies for combating security challenges. And to ensure the target is met, the Nigerian Army College of Logistics is restructuring models to include field practicals.
A soldier is as fit as what he eats, is as fit as what he wears, is as fit as the arms and ammunition that he carries along to war. So that is where logistics come into play.
The exercise Livewire, which took place in Papalanto and Ilaro communities in Ogun State, is among requirements for award of certificates at the end of the course. It is important because of the crucial role of mid-level officers in the Army hierarchy. Exercise Livewire exposed participants to proper planning before commencement of operations, build-up and deployment of forces.
The Chief of Army Staff has given us 4 pillars upon which he has hinged his vision for the Army. And these are professionalism, readiness, sound administration and cooperation. Then of course for professionalism and readiness, that is why we are here. We are training logisticians to make them professionals and to equip them with what they need to be ready to support the Army in all phases of operations.
The Nigerian Army is committed to restoring peace and tranquility in troubled parts of the country. NACOL is established to meet the logistics needs of officers and men during internal and external operations. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
The huge investment opportunities presented by the African Continental Free Trade Agreement is propelling the Standardization of Nigeria not only to heighten surveillance but seek collaboration in the quest to stamp out fake products. The agency has seen journalists as partners in progress, and it is soliciting more cooperation to help diminish the staring inflow of substandard products. Malcolm Olale reports.
Apart from the huge financial losses incurred from the importation of fake and substandard products, there are major concerns as regard loss of lives and even health challenge. This explained why the agency, saddled with the responsibility of imprinting standard as a national trademark, has continually called for synergy to end the war. The media is responding through reportage and investigative journalism, and the Standards Organization of Nigeria wants the efforts to be sustained as this is assisting in reducing the influx of fake products.
With the help of the federal government, we are building new labs, new offices, where we'll make sure our activities reach every nook and cranny of this country.
Regardless of not being present at the seaports, tracking of sample is still being adopted, while the framework for the regulation of goods distributed through the rail is being formulated.
What we are doing is making sure that those things that are also coming into the country, like we have a programming on ground that is called the SunCap, are taking care of those ones coming from outside the country to make sure that those things that are coming from outside the country are of quality, they meet the requirements of the standard, and before they are set out.
Amplifying investigative journalism in keeping track on activities of manufacturers who compromise the system for safe gains, the reporters present here believe will further help to end the menace. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NTA News.
It's now time for a break. Nationwide continues with Mohammed in Maiduguri shortly.
Detroit, our country can be as great as we want.
Let us all commit ourselves to its greatness.
We must be willing to set aside our differences, unite and stay as one.
In our expansive landmass, human and material resources, and plurality lies our strength.
Let our challenges lead us to rediscover our common ground, and together, let's find solutions.
This will take some time, so it requires patience, tolerance, and forgiveness from every one of us.
Let all hands come on deck to protect and transform our country.
Let us unite and see each other not as adversaries, but as brothers and sisters.
Together, we can build a better Nigeria for ourselves
ourselves and for the next generations.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA, with support from Nigerian Television Authority, NTA.
The future belongs to those who leverage on digital innovations. Digital Peers International presents DigiTest Online 2021, an online summer camp that brings ages 8 to 18 together across Nigeria, Canada, US, and more countries. Team Digital Skills Pathway to Prosperity. Date 8 to 16 August 2021. At DigiTest, kids and teens will unearth their potential to create digital products with possibilities of making profits online. Participation would be virtual with few physical non-residential at the DigiTest Center, Abuja, and we all enjoy a level playing field to compete with students across the globe. Lots of prizes to be won. Give your kids an opportunity of a lifetime today for only 5,000 naira for virtual and 20,000 naira for physical. To register, visit our website at www.digitalpeers.org/digiTestonline2021 or call 08077823307 or 08077823308.
A new edition of TV Guide is out exclusively with Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State.
Since assuming office, our rescue administration has pursued the path of peace and reconciliation and restored confidence among people of different ethnic, religious, and political persuasions. Peace is back on the plateau. We are building world-class infrastructure in roads and opening up opportunities for innovation.
The edition is a compendium of mind-blowing stories for your reading pleasure, ranging from entertainment, economy, sports, media, politics, family, and lots more. Pick up a copy and keep abreast with issues and trending features within our space. TV Guide, very incisive, very educative and compelling. Grab a copy at the vendor near you or any NTA station nationwide. TV Guide, your indispensable companion.
Welcome to Nationwide from Maiduguri. Borno State Government has mobilized additional 1,000 volunteer hunters to complement the security forces in protecting farmers on their farmlands in 4 local government areas. Governor Babagana Umar Zulum flagged off the exercise at Gongulom village in Jere local government area with a commitment to total decimation of the insurgents. Mohammed Goni reports.
The 1,000 volunteer hunters, brave and cumbersome with the terrain, are to complement the security forces in protecting farmers and communities in Maiduguri metropolis and environs, Jere, Kandiga, and Mapa local government areas. Some of the volunteer hunters expressed readiness not only to protect farming communities, but also fishing out the insurgents from their enclaves. Governor Babagana Umara, who noted the progress recorded by the military and other security forces in the counter-insurgency operations, said the CJTF and hunters are part of the success story, and further assured to provide the needed to the volunteers in order to equip them for the task ahead.
Small number of insurgents, I can say criminals, are maneuvering around these local government areas and preventing our farmers and our small businessmen to carry out their legitimate activities. And therefore, we are taxing this group of hunters to take the fight to their onslaught.
The governor charged the volunteers and the stakeholders to fashion out the modalities of safeguarding the farming communities and also call on the hunters to always fish out bad eggs among them. Member representing Jere Federal Constituency Satome Ahmed applauded Governor Zulum's creative innovation, which he said is worthy of emulation, adding that data of the 1,000 volunteer hunters had been profiled and each was screened by the Directorate of State Security. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
Towards contributing to the ongoing resettlement and rehabilitation drive of Borno State Government, about 1,000 internally displaced households have benefited from distribution of assorted food items donated by Total Upstream Nigeria Limited and partners. Abubakar Mohamed Musa reports.
The food intervention program by Total Upstream Nigeria Limited and partners is part of their social responsibility towards assisting persons of concern affected by Boko Haram crisis. The project manager, Noura Bashir, said the company is targeting 1,000 households at Teachers Village and Bakassi IDP camps and assured to sustain the benevolence, including provision of non-food items. He acknowledged the ongoing resettlement and rehabilitation drive of Governor Babagana Umar Zulum, saying it has earned him international recognition.
Total Upstream will be doing more of this in the near future. This is just part of the things that Total wants to do here in Borno State in its effort to commend, like I said, the efforts of His Excellency.
Receiving the items on behalf of Borno State Government, Commissioner for Agriculture, Engineer Bukar Talba, said the assistance will further of humanitarian support being extended to victims of insurgency, stressing that government alone cannot cater for IDPs and appealed for more of such intervention. Representative of the Director General of Borno State Emergency Management Agency, Gado Ali Monguno, underscored the huge amount of money being spent on IDPs and promised to collaborate with any organization towards improving the living condition of the people. In Maiduguri, Abubakar Mohammed Musa, NTA News.
Those are the stories from Maiduguri. Nationwide continues with Ruth in Abuja.
Thank you, Mohammed. Nigeria and Senegal are to engage in a win-win partnership in the oil and gas sector, which will pave way for enhancing mutual cooperation among both countries. Now, Minister of Petroleum and Energy of the Republic of Senegal, Aissatou Sophie Gladima, who is in Nigeria with a high-powered delegation, had an interface with the Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Tumor Silva, in Abuja to discuss the next level in the partnership. Let's get the details from Lydia Sampson.
Voice of the Senegalese coast in 2014 as per the country on the map of oil exploration countries of the world. Determined to maximize its hydrocarbon resources, Senegal wishes to learn from Nigeria's over 50 years experience in the oil and gas sector. Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Tumor Silva, says Nigeria will share her experiences with Senegal in the entire value chain.
And a lot of lessons have been learned, a lot of mistakes have been made. We have made a lot of progress. And so we are in a position to at least impart some of this experience to our neighbors like you.
Recalling how in the early days when oil and gas was exclusively an expatriate affair, Tumor said the narrative has changed, with Nigeria attaining 43% in local content. For the visiting Minister of Petroleum and Energy, Senegal will join in the campaign to strengthen strategic partnership amongst African countries.
Together in order to maximizing and see any synergies that our countries can put together for the development of Africa.
They are unanimous that only Africans can develop Africa, even as the interface continued behind closed doors. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA.
Public office holders must remain worthy of trust reposed in them with a committed leadership skills that embodies the core values of equity, integrity and good governance. This was the message of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, to newly appointed members of governing boards and chief executive officers of governments, agencies and parastatals during their inauguration. Adebla Brooksland Sunday reports.
Service remains the major service provider in Nigeria and the operating arm with the responsibility of implementing government policies and programs. These heads of government establishments from 8 agencies, parastatals and commissions are here following the divergent interpretations to the roles they are expected to play, which the Federal Ministry of Budgets and National Planning said is key to the nation's development plan.
Additionally, eye monitoring is to be introduced in government websites to enable Nigerians post pictures of projects status vis-a-vis the cash that we have released from the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Plan.
At the end of the current series of the induction programs, the Bureau of Public Service Reforms intends to develop policy briefs to advise government on the challenges hindering the seamless operations of the governing boards of some of our parastatals, agencies and commissions, and provide possible solutions.
The government is able and willing at all times to sanction any erring chief executive
that violates the provisions of the Establishment Act.
No sacred cow?
No sacred cow.
The Impact Assessment Program, which is 7th in the series, is organized by the Bureau of Public Service Reforms. Adebola, Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
All right, let's make another stop, this time in Port Harcourt. Gabriel is set to guide us. Gabriel.
Welcome to Port Harcourt. A fire outbreak at Mile 4, remember, Port Harcourt raced down a live of upholstery shops with angry mob venting their anger on NTA crew out of frustration owing to the inability of the State Fire Service to respond as at press time. Kingsley Major reports.
The fire outbreak reportedly occurred following the fall of a high-tension pole, which sparked off fire, according to an eyewitness. NTA gathered that several calls were put through to the State Fire Service, and 2 hours later, they were nowhere to be found.
The fire of this electric dropped on top of foam. That was when the fire started. So, and they have called fire service. For like more than 200 people call fire service. Fire service, they refuse to respond.
Call them 3 times. They are playing radio for me on phone. Then cut the call. I call them again 3 times. They refuse to pick the call again. Finish. So I don't want any of them to come here for night again because we are off the fire.
This sparked of anger among some of the youths putting out the fire. This is just as they transferred aggression on the NTA crew for the failure of the fire service to come to their rescue.
And they don't call fire service. Anytime we fire the wire, they will call fire service. Fire service no agree come here. Now when fire don't work finish, they will come in the call here. Because if they carry their motor come here, they know believe what to go do them.
Now because of saying that they pour mass his house and shop they burn, that's why they don't fit do anything. One lot of people know say the government don't care about the poor people because not any politician has a burn. Nothing will happen. They don't carry out for mind.
In the course of the attack, NTA official vehicle was damaged and some made several unsuccessful attempts to snatch the camera from our man. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
To build awareness on measures to prevent different types of tumor, experts have attributed high intake of alcohol, tobacco and radiation substances as a leading cause of brain and cell tumors. Ijama Weke also sought preventive measures to the medical condition.
It is a general knowledge that for the human body to function effectively, every part counts. Research shows that tumors are the 10th leading cause of death among men and women. Although some are said to originate in the head and cancerous, others do not spread in the surrounding tissue.
An individual cannot definitely identify whether he or she have tumor. But if there are some changes on the tissue or on the skin or on the body that has to do with pain, or some of them are not even painful, they are painless. Some are a matter of change in the skin color. Take a sample from that tissue and subject it to examination after series of process.
Stephanie Wadu is just like many other patients diagnosed with giant cell tumor of the left proximal humerus.
It all started early this year when she called from school complaining of having severe pain in her upper left shoulder. And we had to give her some painkillers. We asked her to take painkillers, which she did, but the pain persisted.
This medical condition can hinder several activities, such as inability to concentrate, alteration in speech and hearing if neglected. Experts, however, advises that people pay attention to their body function and maintain a healthy lifestyle. In Port Harcourt, Ijomu Gweke, NTA News.
That's our handout from Port Harcourt. Nationwide continues after the break with Asmal and Sokoto. Stay tuned.
Following specially packaged training programs, basic directing techniques, date 2nd August to 27th August 2021, 4 weeks. New technologies, optical fiber, IP technologies, automation storage management and wireless technology, date 9th August to 13th August 2021, 1 week. Transmitter operation and maintenance, date 23rd August to 27th August 2021, 1 week. Advanced Broadcast Accounting and Auditing, date 30th August to 24th September 2021, 4 weeks. Emotional Intelligence for Workplace Efficiency. Date 6th September to 17th September 2021. 2 weeks. The course fee for the 4-week course is 100,000 naira per participant. The fee for the 2-week course is 80,000 naira, while the course fee for the 1-week course is 60,000 naira only. Accommodation inclusive. The venue for all courses is the serene and secure environment of NTA TV College near Old Government House, Rayfield, Jos. For more inquiries, please call 0803-079-5335 or 0806-980-9807. NTA TV College, Jos, training you to be the best you want to be. The broadcast media ecosystem is dynamic and requires continuous training for practitioners to perform optimally. NTA TV College Jos invites relevant officers to the following specially packaged training programs. Basic Directing Techniques, date 2nd August to 27th August 2021, 4 weeks. New Technologies, Optical Fiber, IP Technologies, Automation Storage Management and Wireless Technology, date 9th August to 13th August 2021, 1 week. Transmitter Operation and Maintenance, date 23rd August to 27th August 2021, 1 week. Advanced Broadcast Accounting and Auditing, date 30th August to 24th September 2021, 4 weeks. Emotional Intelligence for Workplace Efficiency, date 6th September to 17th September 2021, 2 weeks. The course fee for the 4-week course is 100,000 naira per participant. The fee for the 2-week course is 80,000 naira, while the course fee for the 1-week course is 60,000 naira only. Accommodation inclusive. The venue for all courses is the serene and secure environment of NTA TV College near Old Government House, Rayfield, Jos. For more inquiries, please call 0803-079-5335 or 0806-980-9807. NTA TV College, Jos, training you to be the best you want to be.
We are StarTimes, the most affordable digital pay TV platform with the widest signal coverage in Nigeria, dedicated to bringing the best TV entertainment around the world to your screen. From Hollywood to Bollywood to Nollywood, we offer the most affordable subscription. Enjoy over 75 channels for as low as 1,700 naira, like Nat Geo Wild, BBC, ESPN, and premium sport like Emirates FA Cup, La Liga, Bundesliga, wrestling. What's more exciting? We have the most flexible payment options in Nigeria. Don't dull. Join us now for an exciting journey. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Welcome to Sokoto on Nationwide. 63 towns and villages within the Usman Danfodio University Sokoto are likely to be relocated. This came to the fore as Governor Aminu Waziri Tumor received interim report from the joint committee set up to study the university's land matters. Alhat Abdullahi completes the report.
Records indicate that compensations were paid to virtually all the settlements within the university for possible relocation, but were deliberately allowed to remain by the university management. Subsequently, with infrastructural development on the campus, which currently houses 10 faculties, the villages have become source of discomfort to the university community. This informed the latest decision by the management to approach the Sokoto state government, which led to the establishment of 19-member joint committee to ascertain the issues and proffer solutions. The committee observed that the university perimeter covers 5,630 hectares of land with 63 towns and villages that required to be relocated. The committee advised that if the perimeter is adjusted backward a little, 27 villages would be out of the university environment, and that can reduce cost of relocation process.
There is the need to relocate some of these settlements because the proximity of most of these settlements are within the core area, academic core areas of the university.
In the host community, we are very much concerned with what is happening around our university, because if we do not provide suitable academic environment for the university community, it will come back to us.
The report also called for accurate census of all the households of the affected towns and the villages, as well as involvement of the said communities in the decision-making process on the matter. In Sokoto, Dalhat Abdullahi, NTA News.
Zamfara State House of Assembly says it will continue to accord priority to public hearing with a view to ensuring that opinions of stakeholders count in any law that affects their lives. Speaker of the House Nasiru Ma'azu Magaria stated this at public hearing on a bill to enact law to prohibit hawking during school hours in Zamfara State. Haliru Muhammad Umar reports.
The public hearing, which seeks to generate inputs of other stakeholders on a bill for a law to prohibit hawking among children of school age, is also designed to improve girl child enrollment in schools.
We believe education is important, but also what are the programs outlined by the government to cushion the effects of poverty in Zamfara State?
Parents are not all responsible for these children. There are people who are guardians, yes. But there are people who are caregivers. They neither belong to this group nor that group. So what I will ask the committee to do is to look at these terminologies and work on them.
Sponsor of the bill, who is the member representing Marutu, Yusuf Al-Hassan, said the public hearing is meant to avail other stakeholders, particularly women, the opportunity to contribute in decisions that affect them. He maintained that the importance of girl child education to national development cannot be overemphasized, hence the initiation of the bill.
We intend to control the rate by which most of our children are denied access to education, sometimes by the society and sometimes by the parents.
Speaker Zamfara State House of Assembly, represented by Clerk of the House Shehu Saidu, said the legislative arm will continue to accord priority to public hearing with a view to ensuring that opinions of different stakeholders are considered in any law that affects their lives. According to him, the present administration is worried about the state of education in Zamfara State, hence the imposition of the state of emergency on the sector. In Gusau, Haliru Muhammad Umar, NTA News.
And that is our package from Sokoto. The news will continue with Ruth in Abuja.
Thank you, Asmao. Welcome back. A new administrator has been appointed for the National Judicial Institute. He is Justice Salisu Garba, the immediate past Chief Judge of the High Court of the FCT, Abuja. Justice Garba took over from Justice Roslyn Bozimo, whose tenure elapsed on the last day of July 2021. Born on October 10, 1956, Justice Garba hails from Katsina State and was called to the Nigerian Bar in 1984. His appointment takes immediate effect. And still from the judiciary scene, in obedience to the Federal High Court Abuja order for the enforcement of their fundamental rights, the Department of State Services this Monday produced 8 associates of the acclaimed Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboho in court. The applicants are among 12 individuals who filed a suit challenging the arrest and detention by the DSS at Sunday Igboho's residence in Ibadan. At Monday's hearing, counsel to the plaintiffs prayed for leave of court to amend their names. Since counsel to the DSS did not oppose the motion, the court granted it and adjourned the matter to Wednesday. The All Progressives Congress has cautioned the opposition People's Democratic Party not to turn itself into an alternate court by misrepresenting the decision of majority members of the Supreme Court that did not hinge its ruling on Section 183 of the 1999 Constitution as the PDP labors to spin. Salihu Abdullahi Guanara reports.
James Akpa-Odoedehe, National Secretary, Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee of APC, in a statement said APC has resolved not to join issues with any self-acclaimed interpreters of their own laws, which include the PDP. The APC Caretaker Committee in the statement described as falsehoods all allegations by the opposition as its activities have solid legal guidance and promised to remain solid on ground to conduct its congresses leading to the National Convention. The APC says its internal democracy and progressive politics, which have been deepened by the Government Malabuni-led Caretaker Committee, demonstrating its sterling organizational capability, which led to credible world congresses. Meanwhile, The chairman APC Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee and Yobe State Governor Maimala Buni has congratulated members of the party over the successful and peaceful conduct of the World Congresses across the country. Mamman Mohammed, the Director General Press and Media Affairs to Governor Buni, in a statement said, reports from across the states reaching the caretaker chairman's office indicate that the congresses were generally successful and peaceful, characterized by massive turnout of members, which reflects the success of the membership registration and revalidation exercise. Governor Buni, in the statement, promised APC members that their choice of leaders at the world's congresses and indeed subsequent congresses will be respected as measures are in place to check and rectify anomalies arising from the congresses. Governor Buni urged aggrieved party members to seek redress through constituted channels in the party and reaffirmed that the congresses will give ownership of the party to the members through the bottom-top approach. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
Security challenges bedeviling the country could be effectively tackled through community participation and support. Kano State Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje stated this while inaugurating the Rano Emirate Committee on Community Policing and other security facilities. Abdullahi Mustafa reports.
Rano Emirate, which covers most part of the Kano South Senatorial District, has for long been identified by security agencies as a flashpoint. This informs the collaboration of Kano State Government with military and other agencies to flush out criminal elements from the area. In addition to the construction of a military training base in the surrounding Falgora forest by the state government, a new police station was constructed and 6 military operational vehicles donated by the majority leader of the House of Representatives, Alhassan Ado Dogwa. Also donated was the zonal office of the Kano Road Traffic Agency, Karuta. Governor Ganduje is optimistic that with such support and active participation of the community, it will be easy for security operatives to overcome the nefarious activities of criminal elements.
We have to respect and we have to appreciate the House leader. That is Right Honorable Alhassan Dogwa.
Whoever you are, as long as you are a good Samaritan, as long as you are a good Idijin, you must join hands with the government to provide security for lives and property of the people.
We promise to work assiduously to achieve our aim.
The governor, who used the occasion to inaugurate the Rano Emirate Committee on Community Policing, enjoined residents of the zone to be supportive towards its administration's commitment of making Kano safe and secure. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
A national dialogue geared towards improving the socio-economic conditions of the aged in the country has been held in Abuja. Convened by the National Senior Citizens Center, the meeting will afford stakeholders the opportunities to identify key issues that will help in the implementation of the national policy document in place. Austin Ayembe reports.
Aging is one of the critical issues on the front burner of global discourse, as more than 12% of the global population is 60 years and above. In Nigeria, aging is a growing challenge against the background of socio-economic hardship, such as poor health facilities and lack of cash flow. It is the move towards reducing poverty among this class of citizens and to ensure their inclusiveness that this administration recognized the special place of older persons as agents of societal development, which informed the establishment of the National Senior Citizens Center.
Establishment of the National Senior Citizens Center, the concerns of older persons are no longer handled in discretionary and arbitrary manner, but are now addressed comprehensively as detailed in the National Senior Citizens Center Act.
The Maiden Senior Citizens Forum Dialogue will theme leveraging senior citizens partnership for effective service delivery, drew representatives of senior citizens from both urban and rural areas.
Just thought today to inform this dialogue so that you know what has been handed out to you. You know what is yours by right now, by law. So that when you're talking about your needs, you talk with authority and with somebody who has rights to ask.
Stakeholders who spoke at the forum commended the president for rewriting the story of the pathetic plight of senior citizens in Nigeria. The maiden dialogue marked the takeoff of the Senior Citizens Center, which came to being in 2020. In Abuja, Austin Anyebe, NTA News.
Increased awareness has been a major tool in the fight against human trafficking. To this end, the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Imo State Command, has taken its campaign to students in the state. Beatrice Anyam will tell us more.
In recent times, concerns have been raised from various quarters with regards to human trafficking, otherwise described as modern-day slavery. It is on this premise that this campaign, organized by the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, Imo State Command, is being held to sensitize these students on the categories of human trafficking and how to avoid being a victim.
Whenever I see something that is wrong, I should not keep it to myself. I should speak up.
I've learned from them the meaning of human trafficking, how they deceive people.
I've learned how to approach the people that maybe come to traffic, to take me into trafficking, or people that come to push me to hard labor.
The commander NAPTIP, Imo State Command, NSCDC, says ignorance among the youths contributes largely to trafficking of those within that age grade, hence the need for desensitization.
Our mission since we are in Imo State to get across the whole local government areas in Imo State and public schools within Imo State to give them the requisite knowledge that they need. When they are equipped to know the right information, they'll be able to say no when negative influences begin to bear on them.
We expect that they will carry the news to their peer group, to their friends, to get them informed, let them know what we told them to do as to avoid these people.
We are partnering with NAPTIP to sensitize the students and the entire public of the dangers associated with human trafficking.
In Owerri, Beatrice Anyam, NTA News.
In a quest to build a well-structured combat team of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, the command has adopted new strategies of training female rapid response squad. Now, the Delta State Commandant made this known during the passing out parade of the female squad in Asaba, Delta State. Rosemary Omani reports.
50 female officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Delta State Command, passed out after undergoing 3 months combat training. The State Commandant, Akinsaya Iskilu Abiodun, said the female officers, having been rigorously drilled, are more than ready to discharge their duties.
Their responsibilities, among others, are as follows: complementing the effort of our counter-terrorism unit, intelligence gathering, Safe Schools initiatives of Ogbeni Raufu Aregbesola, the Minister of Interior, protection of schools across the country and Delta State in particular.
The Nigerian Army, Nigeria Correctional Services, Nigeria Immigration Service, and Federal Road Safety Corps were represented at the event. Special guest of honor, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, while applauding the NSCDC and other security agencies for sound security in Delta State, pledged to work in collaboration to sustain the security camp. In Asaba, I am Rosemary Omani, NTA News.
Nigeria stands a lot to gain from the recent Global Partnership for Education Summit in London. As expected, funds will be deployed to address gaps in basic education and address the challenge of out-of-school children in the country. Minister of State for Education, Chukwuemeka Nwajoba, who joined all the guests on NTA's Good Morning Nigeria to review Nigeria's participation at the summit, also gave insight on how President Muhammadu Buhari's pledge to increase budgetary allocation to education can be achieved. Lydia Sampson reports.
The trajectory of education in Nigeria in the last 20 years has identified gaps that must be tackled to mitigate the growing number of out-of-school children in the country. The value of President Muhammadu Buhari's presence at the Global Education Summit, the guest says, speaks volumes of commitment to changing the Nigeria's educational fortunes.
We're going to commit. We're going to commit that we're going to continuously increase our spending in education so that we can outstrip even the 20% requirement. Because the minimum threshold of 20% Nigeria is almost willing to do that. But he has also committed to almost 50% in the next 2 years.
GP had extended some grants to Nigeria over the years 2012 to 2020. Then post-COVID, they did something. But the one that is coming our way now, $120 or $125 million, is the hugest we are having. And you can't divorce the president's presence at that summit from that.
The need to educate citizens to meet the demands of the labor market was also highlighted.
The global attention that has been focused on education will help Nigeria, because this is what some of us in the sector have been advocating for years, that we need to fund education better, that we need to also tie the output to the needs of the economy. Not just produce people, but produce to satisfy the skill gaps in the economy.
The guests advocated more proactive approach from state governments to prioritize education above procurement, as well as the need for periodic review of the performance of education agencies. In Abuja, Lydia Sams, NTA News.
Youth Corps members deployed to Nasarawa State have been assured of their safety and urged to maximize the opportunities inherent in the state. Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule gave the assurance in a message during the swearing-in ceremony of 2021 Batch B Stream 1 National Youth Corps members at Magaji Danya Musa Permanent Orientation Camp in Kefi. Mohammed Sani Awolo has details.
After administering oath to the Youth Corps members by Justice Samuel Ayiwulu, who represented Chief Justice of Nasarawa State, Justice Aisha Aliyu Bashir, Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule, in a message, says Nasarawa State is a peaceful area and endowed with both human and natural resources. Hence the need for Youth Corps members to utilize the opportunities.
Nasarawa State is one of the safest states in the country. We have allayed their fears, and we have been giving them security tips on what to do and where to avoid.
Some corps members expressed delight on the orientation.
I feel happy being here because this is a serene environment. I didn't know what to expect when I was coming here, but coming here, seeing how the environment is, I think I quite appreciate the way it is here.
I'm seeing that the security is okay, and I'm excited to be here, and I'm not redeploying, I'm staying here.
People are meeting, the friends I'm making, it's actually been a nice experience.
1,790 corps members were sworn in, with 922 females and 797 males. From Magaji Danya Musa Permanent Orientation Camp Kefi, Muhammad Sani Awalu, NTA News.
All right, let's take sports update. That's next.
The Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Godswill Akpabio, congratulates Akwa United Football Club for emerging champions of the 2020-2021 Nigeria Professional Football League and the good people of Akwa Ibom State. The minister described the victory as good omen, which signposts the strides the youths are recording in sport development. Kwara State are still relishing their victory at the Maiden Youth Sport Federation of Nigeria National President Under-17 Football Championship. In the final decided at the Lawrence Township Stadium, Kwara defeated Ondo 2-0, while Cross River State pipped Ekiti State 1-0 to win bronze in the week-long tournament. The Youth Sport Federation of Nigeria Under-17 tournament is aimed at discovering talents at the grassroots. Now to wrestling. Nigeria is guaranteed a medal spot at the Tokyo Olympics after Blessing Oboro-Dudu qualified for the final of the 68 kg class of wrestling events. The Commonwealth and 10-time African champion made history as the first Nigerian to reach the final of a wrestling event after outscoring her Mongolian opponent 7-2 in the semi-finals. Oboro-Dudu is up against America top seed Tamara Stock-Mensah on Tuesday. And away from that, Nigeria's senior women's basketball team, the Tigresses, on Monday failed to lift their game and subsequently succumbed 102-83 to their Japanese counterparts in the basketball event of the ongoing Tokyo Olympics. These Tigresses lost to Japan, made it 3 losses from 3 games they played in Group B of the women's competition's group stage, having lost earlier to US and France. Meanwhile, 6 African countries are on the medal table. They include South Africa, Tunisia, Ethiopia, Uganda, Egypt, and Ivory Coast. Clement Oloruntoba, NTA News.
We're done with Nationwide. Thank you very much for your company. Remember, the fight against rape is still on. Let's not give up. I'm Ruth Aguele. Bye.